What's up, cast addicts? Mike here with a real quick review on the Piscifun Phantom X. I know this is I want to say an upgrade, but it is a redo for Piscifun after they made the Phantom, which is about 80 bucks, I believe. So this one was supposed to be the budget version, a little bit cheaper. But in all realness, there are some upgrades to this reel. First things first, it has 8 bearings. Let me get the handle out the way. It does have 8 bearings. The old Phantom had 7. They took off the magnetic brakes and left only the centrifugal brakes. I don't want to say that's an upgrade. That might be a downgrade because it gives you, you'll be able to do more tuning with both magnetic and centrifugal brakes, which is on the original Phantom. But that doesn't bother me too much because I did take this out on the water today. And I mean, with just the centrifugal brakes, this thing worked perfectly. I mean, it had little to no backlashes. I cast it out there without thumbing the spool, and once that lure hit the water, still not thumbing the spool, there was no backlash. This thing is buttery smooth, and when people on YouTube who do reviews on this reel say it's buttery smooth, they are not kidding. This thing is buttery smooth. As soon as I got it into my hand and started spinning that handle, I was like, geez, I did not expect it to be that smooth. I saw videos and, I was a little bit skeptic because I didn't know if people were just hyping it up, but they are not kidding. This thing is buttery smooth. It is a $50 reel, so you're not going to get super crazy quality like a $200 or $150 reel. But this reel is definitely worth every single penny. If this reel was $80, it would still be worth every single penny. It's so smooth when retrieving. It has clicking drag. It has clicking tension knob. It has its centrifugal brakes on the inside, which I think are flawless. Works perfectly. If you guys can see, if I can get this to focus, goes from 0 to 6. Has the little notch right here to let you know where you're at. It does have brass gears, and I believe the original Phantom did not have brass gears. This one has brass gears. It has a little rubber padding on the thumb bar to help from slipping when getting wet. It has these foam handles, which I love foam handles. Everybody loves foam handles. It just feels so comfortable. The star drag is an alloy. I'm not sure if it's aluminum. I'm pretty sure, but it is a metal alloy. The original Phantom, I believe, was some type of graphite. I think it was a graphite star. It has these cool orange accents. I do have line on it already because I did want to try it before doing this little quick review. So the spool also has orange accents. I mean, all around it looks good. I love this little design. It has here behind the drag star. Cool little design. It is a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio. This is the orange version, which is the 6:3-to-1. They also have the blue version, which is a lower gear ratio. It's a 5 gear ratio. And then you have the red one, which is faster than this one, and it's a 7 gear ratio. So they have the 7, the 6, and the 5, which is red, orange, and blue being the lowest speed. I went and got the orange one because I wanted something kind of in the middle. I didn't want anything too slow, but I didn't want to get another 7 gear ratio reel because I do have one already and actually have 2, so I don't want to go and keep buying 7 gear ratio reels. That would be just pointless. So I did want to get something towards the middle, which works all around for everything. Now the handle here is a little bit bigger than the original Phantom. The original Phantom did have a bit of a smaller. I don't know the full measurements of the handle, but I know that it's bigger than the regular Phantom. And if you want a detailed description on this reel and the original Phantom, you can check out the YouTube channel called The Real Test. His channel is awesome. I do not purchase any reels without checking his channel to see if he reviewed it first. So before I went and bought this, I did check his channel, and his channel is the reason why I bought this reel, because I'm not a person who goes and spends $200, $250, $300 on fishing reels, especially there's a lot of things I can buy with $300. There's actually 2 or 3 pretty good bait casters I can buy with $300 versus just buying one. I don't need that type of quality. I just, as long as I can catch fish and it's smooth and it's pretty good quality, I'm happy with it. I don't need something that's just gonna be super expensive because of the name brand that's on it. There are ones out there that are super expensive because of the quality. It is worth every dollar in quality. But, you know, I'm a budget guy. I like to keep the range between 50 and 100. Even if I have to buy 2 of them, I'm happy with that. I'd rather have 2 $100 reels than 1 $200 reel. You could have 2 setups. I mean, that's just me personally. Other people would just say, oh man, you know, I bet you my $200 reel will outlast both of your reels in tandem. But that doesn't matter to me. This reel is awesome. I loved it. It's buttery smooth. I took it out today on the water. I am gonna throw in some videos in here just so you guys can see the casting that I made with this thing and how it just didn't backlash when I cast and set it up. But nonetheless, this is just a quick review. I love this reel. It's so smooth. I mean, it's just awesome. For $50, I would rate this at $100 reel. I would say this could easily be bumped up to $80 to $100, and it's worth every penny. The fact that it's $50 blows my mind. I was a little skeptic after watching all the videos, but once I got it in my hand and I spun that handle, I had to go take it out on the water, and I took it out on the water, and it's officially my go-to reel. I know people are gonna look like, your go-to reel, that's ridiculous. It's a Piscifun Phantom, you know, but I don't care. I don't have too many reels, and I don't spend crazy money on reels. So I like to keep it cheap. I like to keep myself on a budget. So, sorry, it's a freaking fly. And this is gonna be my go-to reel. I have a Daiwa upstairs, and it has a lot of play in the handles. It has a little bit of movement here in the shaft. This has no movement. The handles have little to no play. I mean, maybe a hair of play, but my Daiwa upstairs has more than a hair of play. This one's a lot smoother than my Daiwa, and I love this thing. I mean, I'm so glad that I decided to buy it. Thank you to the Real Test channel for reviewing it, because that's what made me want to get it. There is a little bit of noise when I spin it, but that's because I have tape here holding my line down, so it's kind of rubbing as it spins. But other than that, this thing is awesome. It has a little bit of noise in the centrifugal brakes when you cast, but I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, when you have centrifugal brakes, it does make noise. I mean, it has a light scream to it, but I am going to check out some videos online to see if I can get rid of that little bit of noise. I know there is videos out there. I saw about like 2 of them. I didn't watch the full video, but they do explain how to get rid of that noise in the centrifugal brakes. But personally, it doesn't bother me. I like that mechanical sound. To me, it just sounds like a machine working the right way and doing its job. I think it has something to do with maybe the plastic that they use on the brakes, or maybe the brass ring on the inside. But nonetheless, if it's working the way it was working today, and I mean, I was casting out there, I was not even touching the thumb bar. I was letting that lure hit the water, and it was casting out about 40 feet, maybe to 50 feet to the middle of the lake, without me thumbing that spool, and there was no backlash at all, none at all. And if I did have backlash, it was because I Thor hammer smashed cast it out there to try to get further, and it was just too much for it. But as far as a regular nice cast, it made it. I mean, I love this thing. If you want to go, if you're thinking about spending, just want to stay on a budget, and you got maybe 50 bucks, and you don't want to spend too much, but you don't want to get nothing too cheap that's just gonna feel like crap, and you're not gonna like it. Get this reel. I love it. I mean, I'm so glad that I decided to buy it. It's definitely gonna be my go-to reel. It's gonna be the first one I take out when I want to throw a lure out there. I do have my Daiwa, which I do love, of course, and I will take it with me also, but this is going to be my go-to. The handle is way bigger than my Daiwa handles. It's smoother retrieving. I can cast this thing further than my Daiwa without worrying about backlashes. I've had a lot of backlashes with my Daiwa, even tuning the brakes and the tension. If I did it too tight, it won't cast, but it will prevent backlashes. But if I wanted to cast further, I had to do a lot of thumb play, or I was getting backlashes, and it was like a double-edged sword. But with this, I don't have any problem. Even if I loosen up the brakes or loosen up the tension to cast further, and it does fluff up a little bit of thumb play, and you're good. I mean, I love this thing. It was worth every dollar. It does have 8 bearings. Let me see if I can get that to focus. It does have 8 bearings. It's a 6:3-to-1 gear ratio. The retrieve per turn is 27 inches. It has 18 pounds of drag. It weighs 6.9 ounces. And it does hold 120 yards of 10-pound braid and 120 yards of 10-pound mono and 120 yards of 30-pound braid. And I did get it in a left-hand retrieve because I'm a left-hand retrieve person. My strong hand is my right hand, but I write with my left hand. So I throw a ball with this hand. This is my strong hand. I hook set with this hand. I cast with this hand. My right hand is my dominant strength hand, but as far as writing, holding my eating utensils, I do everything with my left hand. That's my control hand. So to cast and hook set with my right hand and then control perfectly the handle with my left, it's just natural. So I did get the left hand retrieve. Everything I buy is left hand retrieve. Nonetheless, I give this reel a A+, a super A+. I don't think you're gonna find a better reel out there for 50 bucks. I'm sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you might have other opinions, but you're not gonna find a better reel for $46.99. You're just not. This thing is awesome. I love it. As far as the smooth, I mean, it has 8 bearings in it, and smooth bearings, smooth bearings. It has perfect centrifugal brakes. It casts perfectly. The centrifugal brakes control your backlash perfectly. The tension knob clicks. The drag clicks. It has foam handles. It has a carbon fiber handle. It has foam grips. Carbon fiber handle. Long handle at that. Longer than any of your other $50 reels. And it's just perfect. It's just perfect for $50. It has a rubber pad on your thumb bar. I mean, it's a good looking reel. I love the orange accents. I'm actually gonna see if I can get the red one and also the blue one. I want all 3 of them, and those 3 will be my go-to rods for all different setups. So nonetheless, this is my quick review. If you guys ever think about budgeting between, you know, $50, a little bit more than between 50 and 100, I would say go with these Phantom products. I give them a thumbs up, and I think they are doing great things, and I can't wait for them to blow up. I want to be some of the first #1 customers, and I definitely support them. And here it is, guys.